Every boater has a fear that one day they will find themselves stranded on the water, the day that they will have to rely on their knowledge to keep them alive. They can limit their chances of this by practicing boating safety. My name is Max Rudolph. I've spent the last 5.5 years in the Coast Guard, and I'm here to stress the importance of boating safety. Boating safety starts at the dock. It's important to ensure first and foremost that your vessel is seaworthy. There's no oil or water in the bilges. Next, it's important to check all the safety gear, ensure that all your safety gear is good and serviceable condition, and that you know the location of it and your passengers know the location of it in case they have to respond to something quickly. The operator should be familiar with the operating area. If they are not familiar with the area that they are operating, they can reference the local NOAA charts in order to become familiar with the hazards and other things related to the area in which they will be operating. However, if you are new to boating, there are great resources available to ensure the safety of yourself and your family before and after you leave the dock. Boater safety courses are run through the state. They offer education on different navigational aids and ways to operate your boat and the safety gear that's required of you when you're operating your boat, as well as other fundamental knowledge in boating. According to the American Boating Association, 77% of boating accidents occur when the operator did not have any formal training on boating safety. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation also reports that operator inexperience is the leading cause of boating accidents in the state of Florida. The Coast Guard offers tons of boating safety information on uscgboating.org. They also offer it through the Coast Guard Auxiliary. The Coast Guard Auxiliary is a volunteer branch of the Coast Guard. They offer safety courses similar to that of the state, but it's run through a classroom setting, which is more interactive. You're able to ask questions and learn from other mariners' experience. The Coast Guard Auxiliary also offers safety checks at your home or at the dock. They'll be able to tell you what is required on your vessel if you have trouble finding it, and ensure all your gear is in good and serviceable condition. If it's not, there's no enforcement action taken at the time because they're not law enforcement, they're for educational purposes. Learning to operate a boat can also be confusing because it doesn't require just driving between lines and parking between lines, so it's important to use all of these resources as well as possibly learning from an experienced captain before you go out on the water on your own. Once you feel comfortable leaving the dock, it's important to understand that there can be many hazards on the water. Two of the hazards that I would like to address are weather and alcohol consumption. Weather is important obviously. You can find the local sea state on the NOAA forecast website. It's important to understand the sea state in relation to the size of your vessel, as well as check on local weather forecasts in order to understand if the sea state will pick up quickly and unexpectedly. Alcohol consumption being the second hazard. Alcohol consumption by passengers can be very distracting for the operator and can cause mishap. If the operator is going to consume alcohol, it's important that they consume it responsibly and at a level below 0.08. According to the American Boating Association, alcohol consumption is the leading cause of boating fatalities in the United States. Although prevention is important, something bad can still happen. It's important to always have a plan in place. If you plan to go out on a boat, notify your friend or local marina of your plans, when you'll be back, and where you're expected to go. That way, if something does go wrong, another person knows about it. always know the location of your safety gear. It's important to understand exactly where it's at in case you need to utilize it quickly. Anytime something goes wrong, put on a life jacket because that will be your first line of defense in saving your own life. Always practice safety, educate others on how to be safe on the water, and be ready for things out of your control. That one probably didn't say. See what?
It's like loading stuff.
Up, down, way more during that one.
Yeah. Why is... It's still going.